Hi, I'm Dr. Yash from Tarun Bharat. Well, you are now leading a young Namibian side into the World Cup, probably the biggest stage, the biggest of all tournaments. And probably tomorrow, most of you will be playing the biggest game of your lives against India in a World Cup game. So, a word or two about just the feeling, the atmosphere in the side, and what does this moment mean for all of you?
Um, yeah, I think, like you rightly say, it's a big moment for us as a cricketing nation. We have faced India before in our first outing in the World Cup, so we're no stranger to the players. We also see them on TV a lot, and in the IPL and in international cricket playing everywhere. So you kind of know who you're going to face. But I think in terms of exposure and in terms of the size and the sort of event that it is, I think it's going to be a hell of a thing for a lot of our young boys, especially guys who don't play on such big stadiums in front of so many fans that often. I think it is something to get used to, and it's going to be a very cool experience for them playing under lights and in front of, I guess, 40,000 noisy fans. It's going to be really cool.
Hi, I'm Rakesh Taplial from Khel Today. Just wanted to know what is the impression of the pitch? What is your impression about the pitch here?
I think it's really good. We've seen good scores throughout the World Cup in all venues. There's been higher scores, I would say, but not those 220, 240 type of things yet. So I think it's been a good battle all around, and this wicket itself has also been that. I felt the game against the Netherlands was a fair wicket. I believe cricket should be played with something in it for everyone. The bowlers, especially in that first bit, because it was a morning game, I think it was a big toss for the Netherlands to have won. Their captain also said that it was really a little bit stoppy and turny in the start, but I don't think it's going to be the same wicket just purely because it's a night game. So I think this is going to be a little flatter and probably a higher scoring game and better for batting, I guess. Yeah, we haven't got any lights in Namibia, light games, day-night games or night games in Namibia. Infrastructure-wise, it's probably the challenge for us. So yeah, it's not a casual thing for guys. They don't have, I think, bar the guys who played in the Nepal Premier League and the ILT20 and tournaments like that, and then the World Cups that we've played, you don't really get accustomed to lights and train under it very often. We haven't been given a night training before this game. I don't know why. I think India have 2 night trainings, and I see outside that Canada are going to have a night training now. So make of that what you want. But we'll just rock up and do our Namibian way, which is to fight.
I'm Shashank Wak from Prabhat, Pune. You just had a practice session. So how you do read the pitch and overall boundary areas?
Yeah, really nice pitch. As I said, it's going to be, I think, a batting friendly pitch. It's quite a small ground as well, so it's going to be, I guess, like a boundary type of game. I'm sure that's the way the Indian batters have also set out their stall over the last year or so, and how they want to go about their business is really putting bowlers under pressure. So we have to be ready for that kind of challenge. On a good pitch, it's also in the IPL, I believe, and in other games here, it's quite a high scoring average. So yeah.
Hi, Gerard. India have a quality frontline spin attack. They have a lot of variety. If they were to add 3 spinners to the equation, how difficult or what kind of a challenge it is to prepare for that kind of variety?
Yeah, I think the quality of this squad is there to be seen. There's a reason they've have such a high success rate over the last 2 years, and why they are the reigning champions is because of the variety, like you say, in the attack. So I think anyone that's selected on the day, whether it's seamers or spinners, is going to be a heck of a challenge for our batters to come up against varieties that they might not have seen before as well. But I think if our boys can mount up to that challenge, they'll be very happy with himself at the end of the day if they can, battle well with some of those skillful bowlers.
Gerard here too. You've had teams from Karnataka and Uttar Pradesh come and play in Namibia in the summers, the last couple of years. How much have those tours benefited you all as a unit?
Sorry, just repeat the end of the question.
How much have the tours benefited you all as a unit? I said.
Yeah, we have real good, I think, ties with the BCCI and how they've made exchange programs available for us to come over to Indian state teams, and we've hosted 3 of the Indian state teams. It's been, for any of the associate countries, it's always a matter of filling your calendar, getting high quality fixtures in, getting very good cricketers to your country to play high quality games regularly, not every 2 years or so, to enable you to climb the ranks, I guess. And yeah, for us to have had them over, as there's been really good games, mostly 50 over games. All of them have been 50 over games. So yeah, getting those inbound tours and us coming to India, I think is only going to grow our cricket. And yeah, we've had a really good relationship with the BCI in that sense, and I think it's probably going to continue for many years, I hope.
Gerard, it's been like a World Cup where a lot of the associates have not just made up the numbers, they've shown that they can take the fight even without the results really going their way. So how much does that sort of make its way into your team talk, saying we're all in similar boat and, if they can, we should be able to as well?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
It's been a World Cup where a lot of the associates have sort of fought well, they've not just made up the numbers so far. So how much of that does that get into your team talk, saying, we are all in a pretty similar situation, so if they can, we should be able to sort of push the, so to speak, bigger teams as well?
Yeah, I don't think it's only a new thing to this World Cup. I think in many other World Cups there's been great successes, and also it's been regularly successes from the associate teams. So I think some of the teams that have been at so many World Cups now have a proper foot in the door. They feel like they belong, and they're continuously making a push for most of the games that they play. So yeah, I really enjoy to see that from all of our associate peers, and like any of the others, we would also like to push all the bigger teams as far as we can, and hopefully get up to that skill level that they are, and not only one night here and there, but regularly and consistently.
Hi Skipper, good luck for tomorrow's game. Just a word on Ruben as well. I mean, yesterday he completed 50 T20 wickets and he has been your main power play enforcer alongside JJ. So how crucial is his role going to be in tomorrow's game against India, especially considering that there are a lot of left-handers there?
Yeah, I think we're a team that's, in many senses, our success has been based around a lot of all-rounders, like Trimpelman, Smith, and guys who do 2 or 3 disciplines very well. So I think, obviously Smith and Trimpelman balance out our team very well. And in past, when they've been injured, we've had a downturn in our results. So it goes to show how important the members of the squad are. Without saying that we don't need an 11-man performance, I do think that some of the senior guys need to stand up, and especially on a big occasion like tomorrow night.
There were a few starts from the batting unit. So what's your message to the batting unit ahead of this India match?
Yeah, I think it's going to be such a big occasion that I think it would just be to stay in the moment, really just to try and play the ball as it comes, I guess, enjoy the moment that you're in. I think if we're overawed by the situation and by firstly the quality of cricketers that we're facing and the quality on the ball, and then also the external factors, I think then you're probably not going to enjoy your night. But if you have good presence at the crease, and if you have a nice clear mind, I think your chances of success naturally goes up. So yeah, kind of simple message to them.
Hi Skipper. Hi Skipper. So basically you have been the idea of the familiar conditions with the Delhi ground. So whom you think with the dimension and all the conditions, the Indian team will be a threat?
Sorry,
particular.
I can't get any of that. It's a bit like.
Yeah.
Can you go maybe without the mic?
Yeah. You have been playing. You have played a one game here. You have been accessing the ground, especially dimension and the pitch conditions. So who among the Indian team, player, a particular player who you think that they have seemed a big danger to the Namibian side?
All 11. Yeah, to answer your question a bit more properly, I think, yeah, obviously each, like the bowling attack just mentioned, I also think the batting unit is so special in that they have different skills. Got guys taking on the power play, got guys in the middle overs that try and expose 360 of the field. Sky is, as everyone says, back in form. I never really thought he was out of form, but yeah, I think it's just a matter of trying to bowl your best ball. The results need to take care of themselves because the batters are going to keep on coming thick and fast. All of them are really high quality performers down until 8, 9. In terms of bowling, there'll be 5, 6, 7 options for the captain to turn to. So it's not really going to be any respite on the night, I don't think. You're going to have to be willing to battle for 120 of your balls that you face and 120 of balls that you bowl.